Well, hello. Welcome to day 11 of Zentangle Inktober. Today I'm going to be drawing the pattern Braven-sword by Debbie New, CZT, right here in this sort of seed or petal shape in my grid. This pattern is a pretty fun focal point, so I thought that this would be a good space for it. I'm starting by drawing an orb, and as seems to be the theme in this drawing, I'm going to go ahead and ink it in, leaving a little bit of a shine at the top. Right above the next grid line, I'll draw a second orb, also with a shine on the top and also inked in. Then I'll go ahead and connect the two right down the middle with a vertical line. One grid line up, right above that first orb, I'm going to start and draw a curve, kind of like a C shape or one side of a seed. To the other side, I'm also going to curve, but instead of ending at the orb, I'm going to end at the midpoint of the vertical line. I'll do the opposite at the bottom, so start towards the right side and draw down to the next to the next grid line, I'm sorry, and then draw in that second curve going from the midpoint to the bottom tip. Then I'm going to go ahead and aura this one edge. Each of the curves that we just drew, I'm going to do this pattern where I aura and then I ink it in, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a white gap, and I'm going to use little flicks to make that gap a little jagged, but you get to choose, of course, if you want to use flicks or make that gap look a bit shiny by instead putting an oval there. So again, I'll go ahead and aura this curve, and then I'll ink it in, leaving a gap. Then starting back at the base of this orb, I'm going to draw a curved line down to the point, and then a series of sort of aura lines. And I tend to go back and forth, drawing a line on one side and then a line on the other. Every once in a while I might leave a gap for a little bit of a shine, but basically filling in this seed shape with a series of curved lines. And I'll do the same thing above on that first orb that we drew. This looks pretty neat just the way it is, but I think I'm going to do the same exact thing in a perpendicular direction. So this time I'm going to start by drawing the line first, right down the middle, and then an orb at each end, and then continue on drawing the pattern just as I did the first time. Great, so there's my pattern. I'm going to go ahead and draw an aura all the way around the pattern, and whenever there seems to be, a gap, I'm going to let the aura sort of meander down into that gap, like right here. Then, as usual, wherever my aura makes a point, I'm going to go ahead and round that point and ink in that internal space. That's looking pretty good. I think we're done with the drawing and we can go ahead and shift over to adding some graphite and some shading. So first I'm going to shade right around where all of these lines gather around the orb. And then adding graphite at the other tip of this sort of lined seed shape as well. Then of course, as usual, I want to add some graphite all the way around the pattern. Let's smooth out all of that graphite using our tortillion. Well, that turned out pretty nice. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a great time drawing, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.